Alright guys, Blue Ridge Brookies here with the Dragontail FoxFIRE. First want to go ahead and thank all you guys that have been following me on Instagram, and I'm going to give a go at the YouTube thing here. Show you a little bit of the FoxFIRE in action, and hopefully catch a few southern Appalachian Brook Trout while I'm at it. So here we go. This little hole right here really shows you why you need that shortest 6.5 foot length. I've just got no room behind me to really get a good cast. You've got the low overhanging rhododendron. So I've got to just shoot a bow and arrow cast in there and kind of hope for the best. It'd be impossible with a 12-foot rod or even a 10-foot rod. This hole right here that I'm fishing is actually the first place that I ever caught a brook trout, and I just missed a little one. But yeah, I will never forget this hole right here, the first place I ever got to see the beautiful southern Appalachian brook trout. Let's see if I can get this little guy in here. He might be too small to even. Nah, I just saw him. He might be 5 or 6 inches. Let's see if I can get him to take. There we go. Nope, I way overestimated his size. A little 3 or 4 incher here. Let's see. The fly's out. I'll take that back. Maybe he is about 4.5 inches. But there you go. That's cool to just come back same spot year after year, and I can always pull a wild native brook trout out of this hole. You'll notice me default to a bow and arrow cast probably most of the time on this stream. While it does open up in places where I can do a quick little roll cast or a little flick, it's just so tight for the most part. I just kind of default to that bow and arrow cast, so I don't have to continually look behind me and make sure I'm clear on the back cast. Just easier to go ahead and fling a bow and arrow cast in there. There we go. Boy, they're little up here. We might have to go further downstream. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry, I wasn't recording there. I caught another little dinker. There we go, guy. Yeah. They may be small, but I will never get tired of catching these pretty little guys. I just can't emphasize enough how perfect this rod is for what I'm doing. If you like fishing small streams with small, I think that was a bigger one. With smallish fish, I'm sure. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we've got a what, almost 3, a little over 5, so he's a good 8-incher. Yeah, beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. Look at those spots, man. God, I just can't get enough of these guys. I love these fish. But what I was saying, this is designed for these smaller fish, smaller tight streams, and just to have fun. And boy, it hits the nail on the head. I mean, that 8-inch brook trout, I mean, it fills every bit of 12, 14 inches on this flexible fiberglass rod. So it's just a blast. Hey, the little guy, got some pretty colors. I was just kind of pulling the fly through the water, trying to retrieve it for another cast, and he chased that thing downstream. Beautiful. Ooh, just had a decent one come out of the water at it. I'm gonna get that guy. There we go. Man, he was right in the current. Beautiful. Oh. All right, there was one of the downsides of this rod. I had it out at the middle length, and boy, that flex was just so much. I was having trouble getting this bigger guy in the net. Man, this guy might be a 9-incher. This is probably the best brook trout I have caught in this stream. Wow. Seeing 4 and 5. He is a solid 9 inches. Look at that guy. Let me get a good shot of him. There he is. Wow. That is just a beauty. And there he goes. Okay guys, I'd quit videoing because my phone is on like 3%, but I had to turn it back on just to show you this guy. I caught another 9-incher. He's a beauty. You get him out without losing him. He's got teeth on him. It's caught in the net. There we go. Look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. Hey guys, just wanted to give you a final recap on the rod here since my battery died out there on the stream. Final thoughts on the Dragontail FoxFIRE. go out and buy it. This thing is amazing. If you fish small tight streams for smaller fish, then this is your rod. There's no other competitor at a sub 7-foot length. I don't know of another rod that performs this well. There are some others that come in at that sub 7-foot length, but from what I've read and watched on YouTube, they're very stiff. But not this thing. I mean, I've fished with either a 3 or 3.5 level line. I'd say probably about 6 feet of level line and 4 or 5 foot of tippet, and at that short 6.6 foot length, it just casts beautifully. It is so fun playing around with little brook trout. It gives a good fight, and with that fiberglass in there, it allows it to flex a lot more, so you're able to enjoy catching those little fish. At the middle length, you get more of that fiberglass exposed. You saw me catch one of my larger fish on this trip at that middle length, and I struggled to get it into the net. I got the fish to my feet just fine, but then when I went to get it in the net, I just kept raising the rod up, and it just kept bending. That fiberglass was showing off how flexible it was. Made it difficult to get that bigger fish into the net. But that's just a trade-off. You're going to have it. You can't have a rod that's flexible and sensitive and fun to fight little fish with, and then also be strong and stiff and be able to control bigger fish. So that, I wouldn't say that's a negative for this rod. That's just a trade-off you're going to have with a small fish, small stream rod. At the longest length, it gets a little top-heavy feeling. If you don't know anything about fiberglass, it is heavier than the carbon that most rods are made out of. So you feel that weight a little more, but not to the point that it's unenjoyable. It's just heavier compared to the other two lengths. And honestly, if you're buying this rod, you're probably not fishing that longest length very much. If you buy this rod and plan to fish at that longest length, I would probably look at another rod. Look at something like the Dragontail Mutant, which is an awesome full flex rod, and it's a triple zoom as well. But it's got some longer lengths to it. I don't know them off the top of my head, but if you're buying this rod, you're probably looking at those two shorter lengths, and for fishing the tiny little headwater streams, and for that, I mean, this thing is very well suited. And so finally, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you like what I've done with this video, if you like the content, Tenkara fishing for southern Appalachian brook trout, please like and subscribe. I know I'm not going to get famous doing this, and that's not my goal. I want to be able to add content to the Tenkara and fly fishing community, and especially those that are interested in the native brook trout in the south. And so if you enjoyed this, if you like this type of content, please give me that feedback in the form of liking and subscribing. And if I see enough positive feedback, I'll continue to put out videos, continue to do Instagram posts. You can follow me at Blue Ridge Brookies on Instagram, and I just want to be able to add something to the community. I love the community. I'm on the Facebook groups and talk to many people through Instagram, and just love the back and forth and learning from one another. And so hopefully I can help add to that through the YouTube videos and the social media posts. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.